does lift music have to do with ambient house? And why you should listen to it the morning after? In defence of lift music, regulation, honesty, and the sound that stayed. Before we talk about taste, before we talk about credibility, before we talk about whether something is serious music, we should listen. Because lift music was never asking to be admired. It was offering to help. Lift music, also called elevator music, background music, or later muzak, did not begin as a genre in the artistic sense. It began as a regulatory tool, a response to a new kind of human problem, being suspended, briefly and repeatedly, in small enclosed spaces with strangers. How absolutely terrifying. Early 20th century buildings grew upwards, faster than social customs adapted. Elevators introduced pauses where there had previously been movement. Silence in those moments created tension, not dramatic fear, but low-level unease. The solution was sound that softened the nervous system. Not exciting sound, not expressive sound, but sound that reduced exposure. This is regulation. Long before the language of music therapy entered the mainstream, lift music was already doing therapeutic work. Its steady tempos, predictable harmonies, gentle dynamics, and lack of sudden change were not accidents or signs of incompetence. They were carefully chosen features designed to keep the body calm. Lift music does not ask for attention. It gives us safety. This is one reason it has been so persistently misunderstood. We're used to valuing music for what it expresses, how it gyrates on stage. Lift music values what it contains. It mirrors a very human need, the need to exist without the pressure required to perform. In this sense, lift music is profoundly honest. It does not pretend to be profound. It does not disguise itself as rebellion or innovation. It accepts its role as environmental sound, as a soft buffer between individuals and the world. When Brian Eno later described ambient music as ignorable as it is interesting, he articulated something lift music had already been practicing quietly for decades. The difference was not musical, but cultural. Ambient music arrived framed as art. Lift music arrived framed as service. And framing matters. What we later celebrate in ambient house, down-tempo electronica, Café Del Mar compilations, and even lo-fi hip-hop playlists, repetition, warmth, emotional neutrality, gentle looping, is structurally similar to what lift music was designed to do. The same qualities are now openly discussed in therapeutic contexts. Sound for grounding, sound for emotional containment, sound that reduces cognitive load, sound for the after-party. When these sounds appear in clinical or wellness settings, they're called supportive. When they appear in corporate spaces, they're called manipulative. The sound itself has not changed, only our assumptions have. Okay, I will concede somewhat. There are probably some stylized production techniques used for more popular and commercial music. And yes, lift music is often criticised for lacking emotion. But that criticism misunderstands its relationship to humanity. Lift music does not project emotion. It reflects the listener's state back at them, without interference. If you are anxious, it steadies you. If you are calm, it stays out of the way. That is not emptiness, that is restraint. In a world where music is increasingly expected to brand identity, assert mood, and demand attention, lift music stands almost alone in refusing to do so. It does not insist on meaning. It does not escalate. It does not climax. It mirrors a quieter truth about human life, that much of it happens in between moments, waiting, passing, pausing. And perhaps this is why lift music endures, not because it is powerful, not because it is kind, not because it's expressive, but because it is regulatory. Lift music does not ask who you are. It allows you to be there. And in an age of constant stimulation, that honesty may be its greatest contribution of all. Copyright 2025, Sarnia de la Maré, the Continuum Approach.